What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Barbell Brigade Talk Show. I'm your host, Nadeem. I'm with Bart Kwan, Silent Mike.
I got the question of the day.
What?
Why do two of us have a real sexy beard and one of us don't?
Well, one can't grow one.
I literally shaved it yesterday.
You know what I heard? It's
What?
gonna piss you the fuck off.
What?
I think it's in fact, but who knows? Because where the source I got it.
Say the racist thing you want to say.
No. It's not even about being Asian. It's about being a fucking pussy.
What?
That they said real beards take impact of punches and are like whatever percent less likely to get knocked out. And they think if they run that back, that warrior lineage have beards.
Like white Vikings and like Spartans.
They all had beards, and pussies didn't have beards.
So they did impact tests.
But how
where
funny,
they had, like dummies getting hit by like a boxing glove or a fist or whatever, and they showed that with the beard, it does significantly reduce the impact.
And then
it does?
But then you take the three of us, and who's got real fight experience? The pussy with no beard.
I'm a Sigma Chud.
You are the Sigma Chud.
That's a nice shirt. You have a company?
Yeah, man, good company. 3SB.
Cool, man. That's a nice shirt. You have a company?
Oh yeah, Barbell Brigade. Check it out.
Hit us, baby.
How weird do you feel like it is in today's society and fitness that what we used to call code whores or ambassador whores,
Oh, this is good.
right?
Yeah.
And we used to almost not make fun of them, but it used to be almost embarrassing where people were like scavenged to have so many different companies and, hey, please use my code 50% because I get 10% back. Yeah. But now it's so common that everyone does it. Is that weird to you?
It's almost flipped too. I remember before you would see someone post like a caption on Instagram and like, this is like a monthly surprise box thing. This is for my jump rope. This is for my meal prep. This is whatever. And then the term back then was, ambassador. But then now it's like, if you're an influencer and if you don't have at least 3 codes, are you really an influencer?
Yeah, you're not.
I think we're like not only the different generation to ask this question, but even in our generation, you and I have probably taken less sponsorships than like everyone on the internet, which was very interesting. That's something I noticed early days when I got into the Twitch community. I started watching and hanging out on Twitch and even streaming in like 2015, 16. Not only from the ambassadors, and we're in the industry looking at other people, but from the community. As soon as a streamer or someone would have a new promotion or a new sponsorship or whatever, their community would hype them the fuck up.
Wow.
Like, yo, get your bag, dog. We got you.
Cool.
I'm using that code.
I'm all for everyone, especially in this industry where you're able to get money and still do what you love and like you're in the space that you want to be in. But I'm also on the other side because for us, we have companies or you guys have companies and it's obviously you want to get more people to be on the side to promote it.
Sure.
But it's also kind of like these kids now, they're trying to do anything to sell their likeness, to just make a buck or even just be a part of something that almost really isn't.
So here's the line for me. As an individual, as a business owner, as a content creator, and a consumer, and a hater, what I don't like about fitness, and fitness in particular, is we're started this to help people get better. And the truth is, as we know, there's not a ton in fitness that gets you better, right? Like these massage guns aren't gonna make you squat 500.
Their guns feel good.
I hate it. You even drop the brand name. All this stuff, right?
I mean, you can get the same Amazon one.
Use code fucking BART for your vibrator. So that's what made me upset as a coach and a professional, is I felt all these people were pimping out gimmicks to make $1, and in my terms, selling out. Obviously, we own our own companies, but we believe in the brand, we believe in the messaging, and we believe in the product you sell.
Yeah.
And to me, that's obviously in a whole different category, right? Michael Jordan selling me shoes, I was never offended because he wore them, he believed in them, they were cool, they were comfortable, they helped you play basketball, right? And that's maybe the difference between Twitch and something like this, where the Twitch guys are selling you the mouse and keyboard they use, right? So like they like it. They're professional gamers and they think this is a good keyboard.
Yeah.
It's a little different us selling a belt or something we enjoy and use versus us pimping out everything under the sun, like you said, just to make a buck. And it is weird how fast that the entire culture of it changed. I remember doing
exactly what I was thinking is, so growing up in like the Michael Jordan era, you see like one guy become the person for the brand, and you see how awesome like a marriage could be, versus in this day and age, it's almost like the fast food version of it. Like there's some people I follow, they've literally said 5 supplement brands have all been the best.
Bro.
I'm with this one,
Within,
the best.
Within 13 months.
And then maybe they something happened. Now this one's the best. Now this one's the best. This one's the best. Like people like Michael Jordan, when they say this is the best, regardless if it is the best, they at least put in the effort to show that relationship has that a relationship shows that is the best. So when I'm on the athlete side of things, I've also been approached with sponsors and stuff. That's what I was seeking out. And so for me,
have you ever signed a long-term one?
I think maybe with Quest for a year.
Yeah.
So for me,
and they did. They had the best protein bars at the time. Yeah, the most delicious.
So for me, like what I seek out is that was something I was trying to build. I want to build a relationship. So I guess this would be advice to anybody coming up right now. And I don't see that many people doing it because I think people aren't looking at the long term. They're looking more at the short term. The minute one company hits me up, that means I know I have value. So for example, if Under Armour hits me up, hey, I want you to be our athlete for our shoes or whatever. If I know someone seeks value in me and I have value, the first thing I do is now I write the same pitch to everyone else. Nike, Reebok, Adidas, Converse.
Someone say Reebok.
I will immediately pitch that out.
Yeah.
And then, because sometimes the relationship isn't 50-50, you have to be the 51 and people be like, oh shit, that's tight. Yeah, that's true. I am looking for someone like you. So to all the advice to all the people out there, if someone hits you up, spread it all out there and really see, is the relationship you're getting pitched the best? Someone else might take care of you better. And also try to build the long term.
Also, but when you spread it out to people that you actually like
care
and
about.
use.
Yes.
There's so many people that I see, and it's like I'm friends with a lot of these people, but even them switch up where it's like I know exactly what they take because I see them on the daily, and then the next day they're like, this is the one I've been taking and been using for so long. I'm so proud to be a sponsor, and then they're with them, and then till the last day, they're still promoting it. And they're like, hey, big sale, this, that. And then next day is, hey guys, I'm with this. It's like no bad blood, but I'm like, I want to move on to this one. It's been working out better and actually been switching. But you're like, you've been telling your fans to still buy the other one until like the day your contract ended. Even though you're not required to like post, it just helps you out to post more.
Even worse than that, I've seen people promote vegan proteins, and literally we go out to eat, and I'm like, hey, and he goes, oh, that's just for Instagram.
But they're vegan?
They're vegan online.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I've even seen stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're continuing to push
that. Stuff makes me so sad. Like, I'm kind of like Bar. I think the only real contract I've ever signed was with Reebok. The first pair of basketball shoes my dad ever bought me were the Iversons. And so, like, it was a dream come true. I think it was like a 6-year relationship. And I did the exact same thing
I value
Bart did.
stuff like that.
Yeah, like I wanted to build with them. They wanted to build with me. I became really close friends with the marketing team there. They believed in me. I believed in them. And we did the best we could to bring Reebok into lifters.
Yeah.
But like the supplement market is one of the main ones that gets weird. Steroids, people are sponsored by like steroid companies now, which like is weird to me.
Do you follow sponsors?
Kinda. I don't want to stop anyone from getting their bag because you got to do what you got to do, and your morals are yours and mine are mine. But to me, a lot of it shows, I guess what kind of Bart explained in the long term is like a lack of creativity, a lack of foresight. You're only seeing one step ahead, like dollar bill, rather than like, what's this relationship look like? What's my value? What can I do?
Because I could tell you.
Could I start my own brand?
Because I could tell you on the business side of things, having been the athlete, when I see someone come to me and their resume shows 5 other supplement brands, I'm automatically no. I don't want to just be another list.
Yeah.
And I already know you lost your integrity.
You mean from the business end?
Yeah, from the business end. Yeah. If someone goes, oh, I want Barbell Brigade to sponsor me now, and I see the list, I've been sponsored by X, Y, and Z, all in like 6 months' time. I'm like, you already lost your integrity with their following. Like, that's an automatic no on my end.
Can I say a secret?
Go ahead.
So we're starting our sponsored team, and I only want to sponsor 5 to 10 people. And part of my recruiting process, which I've been doing the next 5 months with my marketing team, is, and we look into that. How many posts do they make? How many give value, and how many are they selling?
Yeah.
How many fucking random companies are they sponsored by, and why?
Yeah.
And all that takes into account, and to me, it's the same thing. It's like a turnoff. Like, well, yes, I could sign that person because I know they're trying to get a bag, or can I choose people that are just wearing my shit because they're fucking about it?
Yeah.
Can I choose people that are about the brand, about the community, about the culture, about lifting, about giving back, which is what both of our brands are about in one sense, and actually fuck with it, that now I can build a deeper relationship with? Who might rock with me for 10 years? Like, all these things come into my mind rather than like, all right, who's going to take this dollar amount from me and automatically ditch me for that brand as soon as they offer them $200 more a month. Like, I just don't want to play that game. I got into this business, and these people may not know it, but these are 2 of my best friends, right? Like, why do we do this show? because we're actually best friends, not just because like YouTube and then we're all gonna go our separate ways. Like I sleep at your house. Like you've met my mother. No one's met my mother. I don't put my mother on the internet. You know, like it's just so different. And that's how I like to do business. Because I work for myself, I get to choose who the fuck I do business with.
I think all these kids also think that because they want to be sponsored so bad that it's going to change their life, it's going to put them to the next level. And maybe there's some that do it a little bit boost you, but it's you that's going to make you. You know, it's like that's why a company's bringing you on. Some people are just like some companies are just trying to hand it out because they know as many people as they can get.
Yeah.
But we've had people that I got in contact with and they're like, I want to be sponsored by Barbell, but I could also see where they're going, the style of content that they're going, and I was like, what's your end goal? Like, who would you dream to be sponsored by? And they're like, oh, these companies. And I'm like, just go for that. Like you're already on the right way. And it's like, if you're already trying to like use this to get to the next stage, it doesn't really matter. And but then they did get sponsored by that company and they're like, yeah, now it's literally the dream company that they thought. And like, and I hear this across the board from everyone.
It's not what they thought it was.
It's not what they thought it was. It's almost like, oh, I thought I was going to collab with everyone. I thought I was going to do this. I thought my life was going to change.
A lot of brands don't care about you, bro.
They don't care.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people should realize. It's like if you're going and you're trying to build yourself up, one, you shouldn't really care about who you're sponsored by or whatever, or if people don't mess with you because you're not sponsored by them, good. Like those are people that shouldn't have. But then the same guys that constantly I hear the same message that they got sponsored by the biggest people, and it's like they're like, I really don't care if I'm sponsored by them anymore.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation because the social media marketing is only 8 years old.
Yeah.
You know, it's like such a new thing and so many content creators are out there. The landscape's constantly going to evolve and change, but I think both of your guys' advice was really good.
Closing thoughts?
Yeah, if you're trying to be a upcoming influencer, I think there's a lot of value in building long-term relationships. Because it not only does it show, like because on my end I see athletes that want to be Barbell Brigade athletes, and I also see people that want to work for Barbell Brigade. And when I see someone's resume on both ends, when there's constant turnover, that's a red flag. And if I see someone that's like, oh, I've been at Facebook for 4 years and then I went to here for 4 years, I'm like, this person's a steady individual. And that's someone that I can actually build with. So on the flip side,
the loyalty, man, goes further than most.
Yeah, so knowing that, I would say everyone that's coming up, really do a good job for looking out for yourself by looking at one terms. So if Under Armour hits you up, go to all the other brands that you actually care about and work with and are passionate speaking about, and then think of long term. Yeah.
You hear from?
Comment below your dream
I don't know
sponsorship.
Shit. I don't know fucking shit, so don't listen to me.